Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back. Some really big news dropped regarding DC TV. Entertainment Weekly, I think, was the one that broke the story about John Wesley Shipp is returning to DC TV, but he's going to appear as Jay Garrick, Golden Age Flash on Stargirl. This is really, really cool because this is the first kind of official crossover between an Arrowverse character, coming over and then with Stargirl. All right, so first we'll just talk about what it says in the article, and then we'll kind of talk about how it's going to affect everything going forward. In a pivotal flashback episode that establishes the Golden Age Flash as a member of Earth 2's Justice Society of America, this miniature crossover will officially bring Stargirl into CW's post-crisis CW-verse, Arrowverse, alongside The Flash, Superman and Lois, Black Lightning, Supergirl, and DC's Legends of Tomorrow. So, like I mentioned, this is the first time that an established Arrowverse character is coming over to Stargirl, because as we all know, Stargirl started out on DC Universe, not the CW, but then once stuff kind of DC Universe, went downhill. So they started moving properties. So Titans and Doom Patrol, they all went over to HBO Max, but CW, which was airing Stargirl a day later than when it premiered on DC Universe last season, decided to pick it up and renew for season 2. So now it's going to be exclusively on the CW. But this isn't the first time we've seen Stargirl mentioned in the Arrowverse during the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover when Oliver Queen, so the spoilers for anyone that hasn't seen it, but Oliver Queen, when he was the Spectre and he rebooted the universe, when it was showing the new multiverse, Earth 2, or the new Earth 2, was Stargirl's Earth. And that was actually the first time we saw her on TV, because then a few months later, Stargirl ended up premiering. But this is a really big deal because this is going to open the door to future crossovers, right? I assume next season, once production is a bit more back to normal, I know certain things are up in the air right now because of the ongoing pandemic. That's why there was supposed to be a crossover between Batwoman and Superman and Lois this season, but it got canceled because of that. So, I assume next year the crossovers will start ramping up again. But John Wesley Shipp coming back as Jay Garrick is a really cool little detail. We saw it in Stargirl Season 1 when she was looking at the Justice Society headquarters. We saw all the posters of all the old members and stuff, and one of them was the classic Flash, Jay Garrick. And everyone was like, I remember when that showed that, people were hoping that John Wesley Shipp would come back and actually reprise his role as that. So I'm so excited that we actually are seeing that. Now, to state, this is a different Jay Garrick than the one he has played previously. So, the one he played previously was, from Earth 3. So he's played a couple different things, by the way. So he played Jay Garrick from Earth 3, he played Barry's dad on Earth Prime, or Earth 1 as it was originally, and he played Barry Allen from Earth 90, because that was a continuation of his TV series, The Flash, which would premiere in the 90s. So now he's playing a totally new version of Jay Garrick, just on a different Earth. I assume that means that he'll have a slightly different costume than what we saw him, wear last time, which is kind of cool. I'm excited to see how they will update that. But like I said earlier, this will open the door to future crossovers. The thing that I'm really curious about, though, is how they're going to kind of tackle that. Because as we learned, there were a lot of changes after Crisis. One of those being that was kind of talked about on Batwoman was the whole new doppelganger situation. When Batwoman came back from Crisis, we saw that, Beth, the Earth 1, Earth Prime Beth, who was now Alice, was still around. But yet there was another Beth that was from a different Earth that kind of just got, pushed together on the same Earth. So that was a really interesting detail. It was a big dilemma for Kate and the whole cast. But one thing we learned is that they couldn't coexist on the same Earth. One of them had to go, right? And so we all know how that turned out. And as we've heard on multiple, Supergirl and The Flash, our Arrowverse characters aren't aware of the new multiverse. They think it's gone. They think that Earth Prime is the only one out there. I assume it'll just be a matter of time that, before they discover the new one. It was always going to happen that way. They weren't just going to not cross over with things anymore. But maybe the Beth situation was slightly different, because maybe it was just that she didn't have an Earth, so maybe if someone was there from a destroyed Earth, it just, it didn't mix as well, versus if a doppelganger comes over from an Earth that is still living, then it should be fine. I don't know. That's just a theory. We don't know how it's actually going to turn out. I assume they'll come up with a cool explanation to kind of explain that. I mean, it was kind of debatable because of the whole thing that happened on Supergirl last season with, there's two winds showing up. One was from a different Earth, and you didn't really see it. But I guess you could argue they weren't on the same Earth for a long enough time for it to happen, whereas the Beth situation, they were there for a lot longer, so it started to affect them more. I don't know. Maybe it's a plot point they'll just end up ignoring. I have no idea how it's going to work out. But this news is big regardless, and I think it's going to be so amazing to see him return as a Golden Age Flash and really tie in Stargirl to the rest of the Arrowverse. Alright guys, so that is just kind of breaking down the story, gave a little bit of my thoughts on it. I want to hear what you guys think. Share your thoughts down below. What do you want to see? How do you want to see the crossover? Maybe what future crossovers do you want to see between these characters? Just put it all down there below. Remember to like and subscribe and share the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you later.